going, sir? Welcome to Mazda. My name's Rich, and yours?
Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin. What brings you in here?
I was looking to possibly get a new vehicle.
Okay. Have you looked at a lot of options already?
No, this is the first place I've actually been to.
Okay.
So.
Nice. Well, here at Mazda, I want to make sure you get an amazing experience. That way you keep coming back to Mazda. What are you driving right now?
I have a Ford Fusion. My wife drives a Toyota Prius.
Okay. Well, what are your favorite parts about those vehicles?
You know, the Fusion we like because it has, you know, good trunk space, good cargo space. We have 2 kids, you know, and the Prius we like just because it gets good gas mileage.
Okay. Perfect. Now, is it just you that's going to be involved in the shopping, or I mean, do you have a wife or kids?
What was that?
Do you have a wife or kids?
Yeah, I have a wife and 2 kids.
Okay.
But it's just
Where the little Rugrats are right now? I don't see them. Are they under the car?
No.
Okay. Perfect.
Just getting a little car shopping in without them makes it a lot easier.
Nice. How old are they?
2 and 4.
2 and 4? Are they in car seats or anything like that?
Yeah, both of them are.
Okay, so you do need something with a lot of room in the back, don't you?
Yeah, you have to fit 2 car seats. So.
Okay, perfect. So, do you use the Fusion to drive with the kids, or do you put them in the Prius?
Oh, it just depends, you know, if they're going with me or with their wife.
Okay, so understandable. Now, how do you feel about the size of the Prius?
Yeah, it could be, if it was a little bigger, you know, it'd be perfect. You want something a little bigger than that, but with good gas mileage. So.
Okay. Now, is there a car that you have in mind on the Mazda line? I mean, we have the 6, we've got the Mazda 3, we've got the CX-5.
I'm not really sure.
Okay, because honestly, I mean, it sounds like you like the gas mileage in the Prius and you like the space in your Fusion. I kind of have the best of both worlds right over here, the 2014 Mazda 3. Have you had a chance to look at any of these?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. Well, and I've got this little, the nice thing about Mazda is they give me fun toys like this. It's called an iPad. I'm sure you know everything about it. And here, let me just show you a couple things about the Mazda. It got a lot of awards last year. It almost got Car of the Year.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And then Mazda was just recognized by the EPA for being the most fuel-efficient brand out there. And it's a real gas mileage. Most of the time, whenever you look at any of these vehicles, on the sticker it'll say, under perfect driving conditions. Here, I mean, you can go 70 on the highway and get that gas mileage. I mean, that's just unheard of, which is really cool. So, I mean, here we've got the Mazda 3, the 5-door, and the 4-door. Now, were you thinking of going with the hatch? I know a lot of the Priuses are kind of like that.
No, I want to go with more of a sedan, like a 4-door.
Kind of like your Fusion?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, here's a couple options here. You can kind of look at different color options and all that fun stuff, which is really cool. I see you like the red one. Well,
yeah.
I've got a red one right here, and we can kind of go from there. Now, what I'd like to do is kind of do a nice presentation for you. That way, you're comfortable with the vehicle, and you kind of know all about it, so you can, when you come home and you're driving this thing up in your driveway, you can brag about it. Just say, oh my gosh, look at all this cool stuff. Now, let's go ahead and start with the front. Now, one thing you'll notice about the car, it's extremely aggressive looking. What do you think about it, Kevin?
Yeah, this looks good.
Cool. Well, the way they actually got the idea for the body style is, you know what a cougar or like a panther looks like, right?
Yep.
It's very aggressive. Well, here's the eyes and here's the body lines. It kind of has the nose right over there. And the way they got the body lines, they actually put the car in a wind tunnel. So it's a very aerodynamic. You can kind of tell over here, the outside mirror is on the door and not on the actual corner over here. So you're going to get a little bit more aerodynamics from the vehicle itself. Now you can see this body line right over here, and the way that's made is as if a cat were to pounce on its prey, and that's where that comes from. It's part of the Kodo design language.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, compared to everything else out there, it's a really nice looking car. Now, when it comes to equipment, I mean, did you want something standard? Did you want something that's loaded? I mean, what are the bells and whistles you're kind of looking for?
Just basic. I don't need any of the extra stuff. So.
Okay. Well, the nice thing is, this is a standard model, but I can always go into different options. I can show you one that's a little bit more loaded, but we'll kind of go from there and see what you want. Like I said, I want to make sure you get the car that you want, because you're going to be driving this the next couple of years, right?
Yep.
I want you to be comfortable. Now, do you take a lot of trips with your family?
Yeah, we like to travel, so.
Okay, where have you traveled lately?
Trip to Chicago, trip to the Mount
Nice.
Rushmore. So.
That's cool. I've been to Chicago once. I went to the Navy Pier. Have you ever been there?
Yep.
It's pretty cool. I think I was like in 6th grade, so I don't remember a lot. I just remember like all the parties and the big Ferris wheel and stuff that they have.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I mean, so you're gonna be driving all these places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cargo room and gas mileage, you want to be comfortable in this car, right?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. So here's what the passenger side of the vehicle looks like, and we'll go on the other side too. That way you can sit down in the driver's seat and just be comfortable. We'll kind of go from there. So, as you can tell, that's the interior of the car, very classy looking, and that's kind of what Mazda wanted to do is they actually got a lot of influence from Audi for the interior of the car. Now, I don't know if you've been looking at other cars or anything like that, or big car enthusiast yourself, but if you sat in any other car like Audi, you'll notice that's got a lot of influence, and it just feels like you're in a fancy coffee shop when you're sitting in the car.
Yeah, it looks good.
Definitely. So we'll go ahead and shut this real quick. Nice solid sound to it. The car's actually made of high tensile steel. It's a very lightweight and strong steel that they use in the car. And it's all part of their SkyActiv technology. I'm sure you saw the badge on the back of the car. You're probably wondering what it's all about, correct?
Yep.
Well, what Mazda wanted to do, instead of depending on hybrid technology to get good gas mileage, they decided to make a perfect engine first, and then start depending on hybrid technology. And it's just a really smart way of going at it, because a lot of the other manufacturers say, hey, let's just go with the hybrid, we'll go from there. What SkyActiv means is the car making complete synergy to get you good gas mileage, good power, and good handling. So not only do you have a light frame, you have a 2.0 powerhouse underneath the engine, and it creates about, I want to say, 150 horsepower with equal or less torque. So you're going to be getting not only good gas mileage, you're going to be getting a lot of power. Yeah, exactly. Because you've been, I mean, I don't mean to pick on the Prius or anything like that, but we've all driven hybrids before. Now, have you driven the Prius a lot, or is that your wife?
A little bit.
Now, was that one of the cars that you took on your trip?
Yeah, we took it on one.
Did you drive it?
No.
Now, one thing that the hybrids lag is when you press down in the accelerator, there's a little lag period because your car is thinking, hey, do I go electric or do I go engine? Well, in this car, you get the hybrid gas mileage, and you get the power and you get the nice response, which is really cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So, since we're back here, I want to show you the trunk space since you're going to be using it for driving, correct?
Yep.
And driving on your long distance trips and everything. So you're probably going to have a lot of luggage, or you're going to have a little luggage, you're going to go back, and you're going to have all this shopping. And you need to throw it somewhere, right? So this is the key, it's called a proximity key. It's just like any other key, you can pull it out to it if you need to. But to unlock the trunk, you just press this button, hold it, go ahead and do that for me. Voila, there you go. Now, that's the cargo space, and look how big it is.
Yeah,
You can probably swan dive in there if you wanted to. There is a 60-40 split for a passenger if you ever need any more cargo space for yourself. But if you're driving a lot with your kids, I can see why you probably wouldn't want to use it.
Yeah.
Now, to let it go down, just pull right here, it'll unlock it, and with one arm, it's just really easy to put it down, which is really nice. So here's what the back looks like again. That's with the seat down. As you can see, the seat belts are going to dangle a little bit. You can easily unhook it just in case if you need that space. So there's that, just like that. And, I mean, how's that for space? Pretty similar to the Fusion, huh?
Yeah, it looks pretty roomy.
Yeah.
So.
And now this is in the small class. Your Fusion would be considered a mid-size class. It still has competitive space. Obviously, this is a smaller car.
Yeah,
But-
which I understood, you know, better gas mileage, you might have to go a little smaller, so, but it still looks pretty spacious, so.
Yeah, I mean, look at the leg room back there. Yeah, go ahead and take a seat. And the way they design the seats is if you actually press up on your knees, you actually have room here. So your knees aren't going to be pressing against the driver's back, which is really nice. So even if you aren't driving with the kids and you're driving with all your friends, hanging out and all that good stuff downtown, you've got enough room for some adults back there.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, then you actually have functional headrests. They actually go up and down, which you don't usually see in this class of a vehicle. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's nice.
Now here's the driver's seat. This is probably what you're going to be seeing a lot, right?
Right.
Definitely. So I'll go over a couple options for you, then we'll take a seat and we'll kind of go from there.
Cool.
Now, as you can see, you've got auto windows on your side of the car. So when you're going through drive-through, it's going to be convenient. You just hit the button and bam, you're good. You've got volume controls, cruise controls, right on your steering wheel, so it's really convenient.
Those
Now,
are nice.
go ahead and take a seat, get comfortable, and I'll meet you on the other side, okay, Kevin?
All right.
Perfect. Oh, let me grab my iPad real quick. I totally forgot about that because I kind of want to go through some information on a nice route, because you're driving a Mazda. I want to make sure you get the full experience, because it's not going to feel like a normal car when you're driving it. I'll get more into that later. All right, Kevin, comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really comfortable.
Perfect. Now, when you're driving your Mazda, one thing you'll notice is very driver focused. Okay? Are you comfortable in the seat, or do you need to go up or down?
No, I feel comfortable.
Okay, perfect. Now, the correct driving position for the vehicle is extend out your arm just like that. Okay. You want the steering wheel to rest right underneath your wrist. That way you're going to have enough room when you're actually sitting down and hugging the steering wheel. Now, when we go on the drive, what I want you to do, I want you to drive it like you stole it.
Okay.
Go crazy, because you can beat up this car and it'll thank you for it. So when we're on the interstate, getting on the loops and all that fun stuff, I want you to just drive it like you're crazy. Let the G's push you, because these seats, they're actually cloth-covered racing bucket seats. Now, when I say racing bucket seats, I don't want you to think that you're going to take this on a racing track and go crazy.
Yeah.
But you still want that awesome feel of like you're driving a sports car. Because the nice thing about the Mazdas, when you're driving it, they don't want you to feel like you're bored. They don't want you to wait at the stoplight and just be like, oh my gosh, is this day over? When you're driving from point A to point B, they want you to have fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
So to turn on the car, all you have to do, since it's a proximity key, as long as that's in your pocket, in your wife's purse, and your kid's diaper, wherever, all you got to do, as long as it's in the car, you put your foot down on the brake, just like that, and you press that button. Go ahead and try it real quick, and there you go. There, it's on. Now, when the engine first starts up, it's going to sound a little louder than normal. What that's doing is your manifold is recycling the gas that's in there. So it's going to be a little loud for the first seconds. It's something normal. It's something that the Sky Active engine does. Now, did you have any questions about the interior?
No, it looks pretty good. It looks
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you'll notice a couple things that are a little different compared to all these other vehicles. Now, you've got your little stereo hub right over here. Sometimes they're integrated into the dashboard, but when they're down here, when you're driving, you're kind of looking down, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, hey, there's something in front of you.
Yeah.
They put this up here, and the reason for that is when you're driving, you got that driver-focused feel, and you use less effort to move your eyeball. So it's really convenient.
That is nice.
Isn't that cool? Trying to think here is, now, what do you do on the road when you're driving?
Just, try and keep myself occupied, music, eat.
Okay, that's awesome, because I try to do all the same stuff, but at the same time, when you're doing too much when you're driving, it's obviously going to lose your attention, and you're gonna risk a lot of safety. So the nice thing is, you've got Bluetooth on this vehicle. You talk a lot on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, a nice thing is, you don't even have to take your cell phone out of your pocket, just like that proximity key if you pair it with your Bluetooth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not only can you make phone calls, but you can even listen to a lot of music if you do that.
Oh, okay.
Listen to Pandora. You can listen to anything on there, which is just really cool. So, are you ready for a test drive?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I've got this pre-planned route right over here on my iPad, and as you can tell, there's the map. We're located right there.
Uh-huh.
You see the Interstate 229 kind of curve in there?
Yeah.
We'll go through traffic. We'll go on the interstate. That way, you can drive the car into any kind of situation.
Okay.
That way, you get the best experience. Now, what I want you to do is brake hard, drive hard, and just go crazy. Make sure it's the car you like, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and go. All right, stop it.